I'm Amy Shannon, and welcome to Exposed Mobility Impaired Denied. This video that you're about to see is a presentation of things that I've noticed personally myself that, and I think that would make some things a lot easier for mobility impaired. And of course, mobility impaired persons, it could be permanent or temporary, and the reasons why someone is in a chair can vary tremendously. Some people can be like me, where they can walk a little bit, but then sometimes they need to have a chair, so they don't fall flat on their face. But sometimes you fall, even in a chair. Anyways, when I was doing research to see what the actual regulations were, I went to the ADA.org, the American Disabilities Act. There have been several reiterations of it. And some of them, if you haven't watched the videos before, in the beginning of the video, I show the vagueness of what New York State requires. This upcoming video, and the link will be in the description if you want to go to my Facebook page and then go to my petition at that point. I would be happy if you would sign the petition for me, and also any videos that you like. If you could like them, comment on them, share them. I would like to get the word out to other people. I don't know if this is going to be a movement or just something that I want or I think should happen and won't happen. I don't know. I want to leave a small little footprint, tire print, and I want my life to have purpose. And the hardest part about living my life is the things that I can no longer do. And I realized how much I actually missed doing dishes and washing clothes. And I still fold clothes, so they let me do that. Cleaning, driving around, errands, running to the grocery store 50 times a day, playing with my kids in the yard when they were little, doing somersaults because they thought I was magical. And I guess no, I am no longer magical. I just want to be helpful. I have tried to do my best to help authors around the globe, in connections with publishers and agents and publicists and just authors and a lot of people within the literary community. Now I want to expand my network to people that are mobility impaired or people who have to take care of those who are mobility impaired. And if you see what in this video, things that I want and you agree, let me know. You can send me an email at amyshan75@gmail.com and let me know that you saw this video. And we can share it if you think that more things need to be added to what I've discovered. I would love to hear your ideas. I think it's really important. You need to get enough people on your side to agree that something is wrong. And I must admit that until I was going out in my wheelchair or using my mobility scooter when I went outside, I didn't realize of when I was walking with my feet, and you just don't always notice things. I noticed more things, like people try to rush past you, or you have kind people who are open the doors for you, even going out of their way or waiting for you and telling you not to rush. So, they don't mind standing at the door for you. I once, it was kind of funny. and it made me laugh and feel a little good. But I was in the grocery store using my mobility scooter, and I needed to get a item off the top shelf. So I could stand. I stood on the. I made sure my mobility scooter was off, so I don't touch anything. I was able to stand on the platform, and I held on with one hand to the handlebar, and I was able to reach up. I mean, even if I could walk, I still would have to step on my tippy toes. I'm short. I'm 5'3" and something. So very short. But the funny part about that was, as I already had the product, I heard a man's voice from behind me, and he's like, "Oh, can I get that for you, honey?" And I'm like, "No, thank you. I already have it." And I put it in my cart. And then I looked at him and I realized he was shorter than I am. So how the heck was he going to get it? So that was just what kind of fun. But also there have been pluses, because when I'm in my chair and I'm outside and people are walking their dogs just, they seem to be a dog man. You know, at least the first time, some of them, the dogs know me already, because there are a lot of dogs in my apartment complex, and it's just fun, and I can do maybe animals, they're humans, and it's really nice. Eventually, I'd like to have a small dog for myself, but it would have to be for all of us, because I need taking care of animals. But I get the help. I mean, we have our kitties. Flash is my emotional support animal. We have mornings where he comes on the bed, we look out the window and open it a little bit. And we have our little, I call them our window chats. And he listens to me. He's actually been very more loving the past year, and I think because I've gotten sicker. So I am enjoying that bond with him more, and he doesn't make me. But moving forward to what is going to follow up with this particular video, are the things that I would like. I think they would be helpful to not just not just someone like me, but many people. So you take a look at the presentation, see if, maybe I worded something incorrectly. I don't know. I want to get the petition going, and maybe there could be some kind of movement for that. And I'm also thought of new ideas. When the weather's cooler, I'm going to, of course, do more journeys out. And I am also adding, once I get a group of them, if I see somebody parked illegally in a handicapped spot, I will be take a picture of the car, show that you don't have handicap placards, things like that, because it just takes away from other people that actually need the space to get in and review. So be aware of that. That's something I'm going to do, and once I get enough, I'm going to create another presentation. And one thing I wanted to let you know, there was just something I wanted to read from the American Disabilities Act. This is from, let's see, enactment of the ADA issuance of 1991 regulations. Over the years, they have changed them. This one is still there, but the difference is, of what I'm seeing, is that the places have to comply with the American Disabilities Act regulations. Some of those specifics are vague, and just because something says it's accessible, and if you had an arm, you could open the door and maneuver around, which if you have to do that, it's not easily accessible. So that's something that should be thought of. Just because somebody says it's accessible, and if somebody opened the door, yeah, you could roll right on in, but it's not easily accessible. And that is the key, because if you can't use your hands except to maneuver your wheelchair. Even someone wheeling you, they have to open the door and put their body and to hold the door open and wheel you in. So there are, it's not necessarily easily accessible. And there's times when you actually have to go way out of your way just to use a ramp or something that so you could get into a business, open to a business. This, I just wanted to read real quick. And remember, this is from 1991. I am still going through, I'm not a lawyer, but I know how to read. The total, it's like a stack of papers like this. And I went through the ones that are so old and outdated, and I've come to this one, where it points out Title III of the American Disabilities Act and issuance of the 1991 regulations. Title III prohibits discrimination on the basis of disability in the activities of places of public accommodation. Businesses that are generally open to the public and that fall into one of the 12 categories listed in the ADA, such as restaurants, movie theaters, schools, daycare facilities, recreational facilities, and doctor's office, and requires newly constructed and altered places of public accommodations, as well as commercial facilities, privately owned non-residential facilities like factories, warehouse, or office buildings to comply with ADA standards. They have these categories. And something that I noticed that is public access. However, some of the bigger stores have it. Markets, they have automatic doors. You know, Walmart, Hanford. Those are stores in my area. There are other stores. Aldi. There's a bunch of the larger chain have the automatic doors. And that makes it accessible, not reasonably accessible, or it could be accessible. It makes it accessible. But there are also stores that, because of they're located in a plaza, and I'm not saying this about the store, because I'm guessing they lease that space, that it's still public access, and they are not easily accessible unless someone helps you open the door. So that is one of those things that I think needs to be put in there, because it is public access. The public can come in, buy something, pay for it, and leave, or go in and browse. And too many times I was prevented from doing things like that. I like to buy wine. I either have my son go get the wine for me, because I went in there once holding on to him and just walking around this small liquor store. I was afraid of knocking things down. And that's all I needed to do was fall and have all this wine falling. Not a bath I wish to have. But now, if I want one, I can use a delivery service. And there is a delivery service that will go to a liquor store and buy me my wine, or I buy it online. And that's what I do. That is my case. And pretty much. I live on coffee, lemon water, sometimes Gatorade, and so that's what I make. Anyway, so I hope that you listen to my spiel here. It is not rhetoric, it's something deep in my heart. And when I'm out and about, I look forward to meeting more dogs. I'm serious. they just like stop in their tracks and want to come over and let me pet them and lick me and jump on me, and I don't mind it at all. It cheers me up, I must say. So, take the few moments and look at my PowerPoint video that's coming up right after this, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. This has been Amy Shannon. Stay tuned for the power.